Hello, beautiful people. I am going to be rambling today about some random stuff. What is the self? What is this ego that we have here? So let me tell you something. First of all, welcome if you're new here. I don't believe this is the right video for a new guy to my channel. So just pause it and go watch another one and then maybe come back. I'm going to philosophize just like really crazy here. If you're a crazy guy, you're okay. You're a crazy girl. What is the self, guys? So lately I've been reading about spirituality, meditation, a little bit of Buddhism and that kind of stuff, and I've been thinking, what truly is the self? I don't even know what that is, is it some kind of concept that we have created to explain our consciousness? This thing that is being aware, that is talking to the camera and, seeing some trees outside and listening a couple stuff and feeling the cold of this glass on top of my table and smelling the perfume of this yellow notepad on which I have outlined some things that I consciously want to tell you. But what is it? What is that? What is the result of that? Is it my own free will creating these things? Is it my willpower of wanting to share something nice and of use? Or the notion of wanting to draw people to my channel? What is it? And that links to free will. Am I truly the one thinking that I want to do this? Or is it just some process of my brain that has been chosen before and then simply appears whatever this awareness is, So it's been interesting. There seems to be some studies where people are monitored while they're doing something. They're monitored while choosing some kind of figure. Their brains happen to be creating some kind of activity before they choose. It's like if you stuck some electro, whatever you call them, on my head and then monitored me while I choose something. Perhaps some activity would appear 5 or 4 seconds before I actually started to move and select whatever I wanted to select. But what does that mean? Maybe that some preconceived experience and my own genetics and character have already determined what I am about to choose. And then it simply appears in consciousness and I do it. So that would basically mean that this illusion of me choosing or creating the thought that will lead me to act like that is simply, a rationalization of what I have done. Of course, yes, I chose this because this and that. Maybe that's simply a story that I choose to attribute to the action because I really don't know the motivations that lie that event. And that is what happens with ourself. And that is what happens when we are sleepwalking and just caught in this tape of us. So that is what these books have been saying. And I had never questioned it, but I have felt that kind of, what am I doing? Why am I thinking this? And why is it this? And I try to look at it and then I just can't seem to grasp anything, however weird that sounds. I'm not enlightened or anything. I'm just trying to see what is happening and what this self is. So if this self is just our ego trying to take credit for what we do or we don't do and gaining power for that, why does it even exist in the first place? Why did we end up with this weird voice in our awareness trying to make us believe that we think and create our own destiny? Is it perhaps because of the stories? Maybe I'm not judging here, criticizing, or meaning to offend any beliefs, but maybe it's the notion of our own culture and the religious ideas that have been bred into us, about taking control of our actions and being good or bad and committing a sin or being righteous. And maybe that has been a defense mechanism somehow to justify what we do or what we don't do. Why do we end up with this voice thing instead of just being present all the time? Why? And does stopping at some moment and thinking, okay, should I do this or should I do that? Is that truly a path to insight, or is it just an illusion because we already know what could be best or what we will choose? Or does that question elicit some kind of response in the subconscious that will truly lead to a spontaneous action that we didn't know we were going to do 5 minutes before? Does that make sense? Does that... I don't know. I sound like a crazy guy here, but I believe that's what crazy is supposed to be, and then just asking questions. That's another thing. Just asking questions about this elicits some kind of new response within ourselves. According to Sam, free will is just an illusion, right? But it's compatible with effort and goals and working towards improving oneself. These ideas might not be the cause of a will, of a consciousness, but they are popping. They're being reaped and somehow sowed, if not by our conscious selves, but they are still there. And they can work towards generating actions that lead to change. So, it's just being perhaps humble that it's not our consciousness that is breeding this change and merit. And then perhaps that leads us to humility, We are not the true authors of all this progress or failures, so we don't have to be that hard on ourselves. Or maybe that's just another story that I'm telling myself to justify this kind of thing that I don't understand. Still, in the end, what can we say about being present? Enjoying whatever is at this present moment without judgment, without thinking about the past or the future, and simply enjoying what is right now, whatever it is that we have. And we can be, positive about that. This present moment is all we have. I could die tomorrow and all this future that I'm thinking about will never come to exist. And all the past, it's gone, it happened. I did whatever best I could do. That's maybe the notion, and all these ideas and regrets that I have are just another illusion of the ego because I couldn't have acted otherwise under the same circumstances. So what about reflection? Can I alter my behavior under those circumstances? Perhaps. I do believe that to be true. So that's simply about learning, I believe. But what is selflessness? Drop me your comment if you have any regards, any comments about this. Even if it's just saying, damn, man, you're crazy, and disliking the video, whatever it is. Hope you liked it. And if you came all the way to this point in the video, thank you for that. Thank you for listening to me rambling on. Have a great day.